it's recording.
Hello, my name is Bruce Beebe. I live here in Madison, and I used to hold the position and title electrician and electronic technician. I used to work offshore on a drilling rig where we used to drill for oil and gas. So how did I get to that point? Well, first of all, I was lucky enough to get an education. I went to Daniel Hand back in the late 70s, but additionally I went to a trade school in Essex, which was state-sponsored, and I took a course for 4 years of electronics. I graduated from 2 schools, Daniel Hand and Essex Satellite Vocational School. That was a very valuable education. That gave me the tools that I needed to be employed in the offshore oil field business. Working on a drilling rig is very unique. You get an opportunity to work around the world if you wish and live anywhere you want. I lived here in Madison. I worked offshore off of Cape Cod and many points in the Gulf of Mexico. My job title, electrician, electronic technician, basically was a position to maintain the equipment, to make sure the equipment was maintained and also repaired. And from time to time, we had failures, and to correct the failures.
Do you think there is money involved?
Anything involved with electrical or electronics on the rig was under my capacity or responsibility. So I went and I would fix a TV, I would work on the refrigeration system, I would work on the diesel control systems, I would work on the AC systems, the DC systems, emergency generator systems. Basically anything that had an electrical circuit was my responsibility. The pay was very good. The time off was very good. Back then, electrician, electronic tech, we'd make probably between 40 and 50,000 a year back then. Keep in mind, I was doing that when I started when I was 19, and I left the rig when I was 24, 25. Today, that same position is probably in the range of $150,000 to $200,000 for that position offshore. The lifestyle, you're out there in the ocean, you're subject to sea conditions, so it'd be you need to have a set of sea legs on you to survive out there. You're by yourself with a crew. You need to get along with many types of personalities. The food is good usually, and you do get time off. In the oil field business, for each day that you work, you get a day off. So basically you work 6 months out of the year. If you work domestic here in this country, it's 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off typically. Or if you go overseas, it's 28-28 is the standard. A lot of opportunity that's out there, but you have to have an education. You need to be trained, you need to understand how equipment works, and you need to have the courage to go out and just do it. I did, and well, it was a great experience. What's the next question you have?
Do you think the risk involved is worth the money?
Well, the risk reward, I guess it depends on where you go. There's job opportunities in Africa, in the Mideast, but I think there's less and less Americans that are going there. It's more UK. There is a risk with I think more of the on-land installations. Um, Offshore is probably not as risky as far as when it comes to the terrorist aspect of things and and what you see on the news from time to time.
What about like residential?
As far as what I did compared to what most people think of when they hear electrician, most people think of, um, it's the guy you call when you need an outlet put in your house. And even though I'm capable of doing that, that's not what I did. Um, Mine was at a whole different level as far as understanding and repairing, maintaining, and being able to read schematics. And it is a very, very comprehensive job. So the standard house electrician would probably not be able to do um, the wider range of jobs that I had to do and fulfill out there on the rig.
All right.